Well, you guys gonna want to ride the train? All right.
Hello, rail fans. We decided that we were going to Foley, Alabama to see the Foley, Alabama Railroad Museum. Some call it the train station, and it's very historical. They have many exhibits in there to see. A lot of historical memorabilia about the city of Foley and how it came to be. Some of the people who were instrumental in establishing that town and the commerce that's there at Foley. You can spend as much time as you need to see the exhibits and read a lot of the information that's there. There's no charge at all to come in and see the museum. They will take donations, and we always like to support these museums because most of the time they're operated by volunteers and people who really want to continue having something available to people from out of town to see that's not only historic in nature for the town, but for the area and for the railroad. If you're a rail fan, it's a stop you need to make. It's a good place for all ages. There's quite a bit of memorabilia in there from previous wars, World War II especially, and so there's interesting things about all kinds of people. There's all this bookcase here. This glass case was full of people who had gotten married, and most of those were soldiers, and of course that's barren field that was there in Foley, instrumental in part of the war effort to help America secede. We were very impressed at how helpful the folks that work in this place were. They was genuinely interested in your being there, and they wanted you to make sure and have as good a time as you could have, and so they're very helpful with information, and if you need any help at all, they're right there. And we were impressed just how friendly and how much they really had their heart into this kind of volunteer work. Well, you couldn't help but notice the potato equipment in there. Foley still to this day is a very agricultural area, and there's when you're coming down from Interstate 10, coming down through the little towns before you get there, you'll see nothing but farm after farm after farm. Have one of the biggest agricultural for growing trees and horticultural type stuff. there's so much authentic and actual railroad devices that are in there. Everything from lanterns to switches, and it's every place you turn, there's something else to grab your attention. And I do encourage you, if you ever even close to Foley, drive down there and see this place. It's they could actually charge admission and it would still be worth it. Now, as you go outside, there's a complete different building that's right down this walkway, and that's where the O-gauge train display is. That's it's something to see. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I had an O-gauge when I was a kid, but I have HO scale, and just to see the size of this place is incredible, and how many trains are running, and all the people who made this thing happen.
You have been here before?
No, first time.
Okay, well, we love to share our train.
Good. We got a YouTube channel and we're going to put it on if that's okay.
Oh, yes, certainly. It's
Good.
okay. Yeah,
All
you
right,
can film whatever.
Okay.
And the volunteers that are in the blue shirts down in the pit will answer any questions for you about the layout.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
I'm just like looking at it. The ice cream
Volunteers are in the pit down there, and they do answer questions that you have. They were short a couple of people, and I asked a guy that I talked to if he was a volunteer. He said he actually worked for the city and would come down when they were short, when they had short of help. There's just a lot of people come down here to this thing, and it's very popular with kids and adults alike. And I was trying to make sure that I covered everything on the walls and everything around in this museum so that I could put this up here on YouTube so everybody could kind of get a good shot of seeing what's actually there in this place.
Did you see Thomas the train? Did you see Thomas?
They're showing Thomas. Let's go see Thomas the train. I bet Thomas is still there. Like she said, those people on her window.
No, I think Thomas thinks it's going to be a Yeah, that makes sense.
No, she rings the bell.
quarter mile of track in this place means that it's over 1,300 feet of track in this place. Now, they didn't say it was exactly a quarter of a mile, but it's over. It's actually over a quarter of a mile of O-gauge track in this display, and it's quite impressive. Make you think you're a kid at Christmas again.
Okay.
Just trying not to interrupt your shot.
Oh no, you're right. We're all about people and stuff.
Just going back and forth talking to people.
This is real life motion.
After seeing the O-gauge railroad display, we decided to come outside and look and investigate the rest of the property and see what's out there. These are actual cars that are parked there, and the caboose is the only one that you can actually go in, but they have restrooms and everything outside too in this building. It's a well-maintained facility. Everything in this place has been kept very clean and organized and free of clutter. Again, everyone was just as friendly as you could imagine.
Something while you're riding.
Look, what is this?
I gotta get out of here. It's hot.
Yes, really not.
Let's
Let's go.
go meet later.
Hey, what?
Now, if I didn't have two knees that about need to be replaced, I would have tried to get up in that seat just to see what that looked like. There was a couple of kids up there, and the father had to coax one down because it was not as scary going up as it was coming down out of that seat. But this is where the conductor lived back here in this caboose. He took care of his paperwork and also watched for things on the train that might be coming loose or coming off, and for hitchhikers and riders that might want to hop on. The days of the caboose are gone. Now they have the end of train device, and it's an equally impressive device nonetheless. Chickened out on trying to ride the little ride, but we appreciate you guys for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and until then, we'll see you next time.